Hello and welcome to today's Wild Hearthstone deck tech and gameplay video on Silence Priest. Now, this particular deck tech is going to be a little bit longer, and the game section is going to be shorter. Where normally I would do three games for a video, I'm only going to do two, because as you can tell from the thumbnail, Silence Priest is the biggest fucking trap in the world. It's never gonna be good, ever. It requires so much to be even somewhat passable. But for the basics of the deck tech, Silence Priest wants to use big cards that basically can't attack normally and make advantage of their big bodies, like a Package Runner, or, what's another one? An Arcane Watcher. Cards that have technically above average stats for their cost, but cannot attack unless either can't attack outright, kind of like in the case of an Ancient Watcher, or can't attack unless a certain prerequisite is met, like an Arcane Watcher. The goal of a Silence Priest is to silence these cards with cards like Purify or Whispers of the Deep, to then allow them to attack and hopefully translate that into damage. Now, I'll try to go over my complaints with Silent Priest relatively quickly to keep this somewhat short. We'll use the Arcane Watcher as an example. Modern Hearthstone is just not... how do I word this? A big body with no ability, no impact on the board, and even then can't even attack or interact with the board, is so slow and durdly that not only do you have to play the carding you want to be silenced, in this case the Watcher, you have to then also play a silence card in order to be able to use the creature. So you're already two cards ahead, where any other normal creature, like a Boulder Fist Ogre, you could just play and attack with. Now you have to sink two cards to get a slightly above average creature that doesn't have any abilities. It's just far too slow. It's slow, it's durdly, it's to use a Magic the Gathering term, they're draft chaffed. Things that are meant pretty exclusively for limited or for silly little memes like this. It's never going to be good. Do not waste your dust like I did on this fucking monstrosity. It's just not worth it. It isn't. But I shall now endeavor to show you with a couple of games that it's just not good. So we'll go on now to game number 1, and probably only a game number 2, for the reasons we talked about earlier. Also, remember to like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you like my weird grab bag of content and would like to see more in the future, and if you have ideas on how you might make Silence Priest better, I unironically would really like it, because maybe it's just a build thing, and maybe it's cards I don't have. I would love to see another list of Silence Priest managing to work. Video evidence would be better if you had your sort of own reply to harken back to the old days of YouTube. Anywho, on to game number 1.
You asked for it.
And game number 1 with our Frankenstein's monster of a list of Silence Priest. Pretty much we want to find things to do early on, so we'll just toss back these and look for a creature, hopefully. If nothing else, we can always just Illuminate and try and smooth our draw out that way. Alright, drawing the Hermit's pretty good. I guess we can just Illuminate. Well, no. We'll Illuminate and then Purify next turn to actually get the card we want. Yeah, because, you know, mirror image happens often. But we will stick with the original plan. Purify the crab. I didn't do the thing! I'm an idiot! I ordered myself. Whatever. That's so frustrating. Guess we'll do the Fool. I'm so upset with myself. To be fair, that was entirely my mess up. That's not the fault of the deck. I have had trouble with this deck, but even that doesn't excuse awful pilot error such as that.
Limitless.
Okay. some hero power stuff from our opponent. Check out the mirror image, and I guess we'll play the Arcane Watcher. See what we draw this turn. Their hero power is at 3, so they can kill the old crab, which is great. We said. See what we draw. Another Watcher, which isn't great. We'll go ahead and insight and hopefully find something. Yeah, we'll take a Post. Why not? Post being one of the kind of alright creatures in the deck, since any of the post cycle cards do have a passive effect on the board. So it's a little... They're actually probably the best cards in a vacuum, or the best creature cards in a vacuum that are in the deck. Again, it's not fantastic. It's one of those, and we don't have like Crossroads one or even like a Cargill. Why would you do it like that? That's very awkward, sir. Okay, so no matter what I do, my stuff dies this turn. So, since they can just hero powered away next turn, I think we'll take this turn to develop the biggest board we can, and just hopefully find something. But this is kind of my point. Yeah, well, this is kind of my point that I was talking about in the deck tech. In that, think about it, we have a board of relatively big, somewhat chunky size, but it can't do anything. I'm just sitting here, kind of just waiting on a silence effect. Now, luckily, we found one, but that is pretty rare. We'll go ahead and silence one of the Watchers. That's the biggest thing we have. Go ahead and trade it to the Amplifier. Heal ourselves and just go face. This is one of those, in the limited amount of success I've been able to find with this deck, I have found that you have to sort of really play for tempo and try and close out a game early, because this deck has no late game power, let's be honest. Yeah, you have above average cost, but none of them do anything or impact the board. And my opponent is clearly doing bananas things, and I will just doubtless have better late game than I will. So we're just going to try, wherever possible, to just ignore our opponent and just keep sending things up top. Now, $1,000,000 question. Do I play the Fool to just cycle and hope? Or do we play a Razor Leaf, heal, and go face? I think we're going to play the Razor Leaf, heal one of our Watchers, and just ignore everything. If our opponent has, you know, a bunch of Ice Blocks and Frost Nodes and stuff to stall out, then we'll just lose anyway, as this deck, again, I've talked about it before, and I'm going to keep battering this point home. The deck can't go late anyway. Okay, what are they running? I mean, alright, I appreciate it. I find this all very weird. Okay, it's an Illuminate, that's something. It's not really much, but we'll take it. Yeah, we'll take a Ritual, why not? And then we'll just... Now we'll... can I trade this into something? No, so we'll just Fool now. Draw the Ritual. I think we'll go ahead and sunk in the other Watcher here. Right here. Right here. Again, just face. We probably die this turn. We don't really have an option. I have to trade my whole board into that thing. So he has a Fireball in hand. Let's see, 10, 9, 10, 10, 4, 14, 14, what's 6, 20. Yeah, it's lethal on board unless he goofs it. To be fair, now we're alive. Well, no, we're alive so far. I probably should have traded, but I have to be honest, I've been struggling with this deck so much that I just wanted to get the video out. I'll try and be a little bit better of a player than normal. By God, if that's not difficult. If he's just gonna give me the win, I mean, I'll take it, but he had lethal by all accounts. Yeah, I'm just an idiot and didn't see it. So please pardon the user error. My brain's super scattered and all over the place. I don't want to make the same mistake again, so just trade into Thor's End and just heal. But yeah, now we're just sitting here waiting, hoping to draw a silence effect, and if we don't draw one, we just kind of die. Oh, does he just kill me with the fireballs? He does just kill me with the fireballs. To be fair, he had it last turn too. Where is the cost reduction? Oh wait, was that last one? I guess one of those wasn't generated. Oh well. We'll go now on to game number 2 and try and finish this nightmare of a video. And game number 2 with our little Frankenstein's monster-esque Silence Priest. Honestly, it's a curve. I mean, we don't have a 1-drop, but we only have like a single crab, or a crab in the deck as our singular 1-drop. So we're just happy to play a 2, then a 3, and then maybe silence something. And if there's some sort of Murloc list, at least the Whispers of the Deep lets us answer a board, kinda. We almost certainly lose this matchup. This is just not a good matchup in a vacuum. Which is great. But right now, we're just going to try and play to the board. I actually don't want to silence the Farwatch post here. So, unless they play something really big and scary. I think we'll just Arcane Watcher and pass. To be fair, I'm making them draw. That is something. Yeah, Arcane Watcher. If he takes a whole, or for our opponent, let's not be rude and assume. If they take a turn off to answer our Farwatch post, that is damage that's not going to like our face, I guess. Coin into something. Don't know what the 4-drop would be. Really? You're gonna Flirtle Tox this board? Wait, what? What are you doing? I mean... Okay. I guess. It's very weird, but whatever. What? Hang on. How much health? 3, 4, 5. So we want to do Arcane Watcher. We'll silence the one that can attack and just clear their board. I don't know if this board state was that scary to justify throwing away a Flirtle. Probably a Flirtle Tox you have floating around in there. But hey, that's their choice, I guess. Next turn, if nothing else, we can always just a Sharon Ritual.
You can count on me. I'm certified.
Let's see. Alright, Adventurer, coin.
On the wings of evil.
Lackey. Just to be fair, I mean, you're progressing the quest as they want to do. Let's see what happens now. Draw 4. What do we draw? A post isn't bad, but I really just want to try and close out this game, and the longer we let it sort of continue, their deck just has more value, will eventually just get buried in value. So they might complete the quest this turn. It's possible. We shall see.
Count on me. I'm certified.
Another Adventurer.
Strictly.
What? Card you draw this turn. I mean, okay, that's got it. I mean, that's fine. I get, you know, budget thing. Okay. I like what my opponent's doing. I'm in it.
You win this
I didn't even see how much health he was at. I mean, sure, we'll take it, I guess. Yeah, I think our opponent could have totally won that, but at least that sort of shows how in magical Christmas land how you want the deck to work. You want to just get a curve early on with your mulligans if you can manage it, and then get, you know, a curve that includes like a creature and a silence ability, and then you want to just push all the available damage that you can get early on to your opponent's face, since you're really not going to outlast them. Or you're not going to outlast most decks. Most decks in Modern Hearthstone will beat a durdly meme deck like this with value eventually. Whether it's like a quest deck or something else. But anywho, this was our terrible meme deck video. And remember to like the video if you would like to see more decks, both meme, dreamy, or just like traditional ones. Remember to sub if you like my weird grab bag of content and would like to see more. And if you have your own list in the comments below, I'd love to see it. And if you have some own personal like video evidence to like support your claims, I would love to see it, because I would love to see if there's a list like this that can work. To be fair, you know, I'm not a great player. I make mistakes all the time, as you can see if you watch this channel for more than 5 minutes. But I could totally see that maybe I'm just not running like the best cards, or maybe I had to make budget choices and other people who might have the card might not. So yeah, if you have some constructive criticism or your own list, please do shoot a comment down below. I would like to see it. But with that out of the way, thank you all very much, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye-bye!